Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Sky Raider video on Norway. Here you see me flying low and crossing the island so the destroyers won't open fire on me. As you can see, this is a replay on ×4 speed. I tried to make it as short as possible. The basic message is that the Sky Raider is not a burden for US teams. I wanted to talk a little bit about the use of bombers and the use of ground attackers in general. First of all, if you know what you're doing, you can be a good addition to your team, especially in the ground, especially in the Sky Raider, because you have a lot of ordnance. Watch this base. I know exactly how to efficiently take it out. 4 rockets and the one 2,000-pound bomb exactly take it out. And for the second base, I use the remaining bombs and the remaining rockets. Maybe I used a bit too much rockets, but I don't care. I'd go for the AAA. So the bad thing was this Lancaster. Yeah, I have no idea what he's done. He then crashed. Well, I see that there's a B-109 on the tail of B-17. I try to help him. He shoots down the B-17, and then the funny part begins. There is one B-109. I also spot that there is a second B-109. I roll over, deny him the corrector of his aim. I know about the drawbacks of German aircraft. I know they have huge turning circles. Their instructors really bite them in the ass, so I use the ground to stay low. And how can I possibly win against two Bf-109s? 30mm cannons, possible gun pods, 13mm machine guns, but you can see with throttle control and the usage of flaps and staying low so they can't use their boom and zoom capabilities. This is half speed, and you can see I critted him very well. In a Spitfire this damage wouldn't be deadly, but in a Bf-109 he's down. So again, turn around and deal with the second. Their mistake was that they're fully committed in a turn fight, and yeah, here I receive a AAA hit and I kill the other guy. And yeah, so let's just say I decided to go back to base. Obviously, as usual, I'd say our landing crafts didn't capture the airfield in the middle. What a shame. Now I have a long way back. I try to use mech or manual engine control to its maximum, but when you receive a damaging effect, there's just so much you can do. I tried to avoid the destroyers here, but they still shoot me. I couldn't go through the middle because there was another destroyer fleet, and I run into problems of being spotted by the remaining German team. So as you can see, it's 4 against 4. The thing is this: one B-17 is on the way back, one B-24 is going somewhere, and I have no idea what a Spitfire is, but it doesn't matter. The thing is, I have to talk a little bit about the usage of bombers and about ground attackers. The basic message, I make it very short, is they are not a burden to their team like other ground strikers or other bombers are a burden or not a burden to their team in terms of denying them fighting powers. In the current matter of War Thunder, it is better to have fighters. Fighters win the game. Bombers usually don't. But as long as you have the same amount of bombers as the enemy team, it's not a problem. The German team very rarely has 1 or 2 bombers, or 3 bombers. 3 bombers are very rare, but it's very common for the Allied team to feature 4 bombers. And this was a team of 9 players, so like nearly half of our player number. This is, by the way, ×1 speed. At this point my engine died and I was doing under 180 kilometers an hour, and this was the Heartbreaker. So it's the overuse of bombers, and not just in random matches, but in very rare matches, but in nearly every match. I did my duty. I destroyed two ground units, or I destroyed multiple ground units. I destroyed two bases, which gave us a good points lead, you know. But at the end of the day, you know, what is this guy doing? I have no idea. This guy tried to go back. He tried to land on carriers. He had the misfortune that the carriers turned, and yeah, I see no point how I could have. Well, I could have won this if the last B409, would have committed to a into a turn fight after I repaired. I could have dropped my ordnance and finished him off, and the last Do 217 is not really a threat. So it's the overuse of bombers. Okay, this is just the message. Stop using them, please. Use more fighters. And for all the other yeah, pilots out there, use a bit more allied fighters. The problem will not solve itself, okay? And when we have much more fighters, on other maps than Norway, well, we will see. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. See you next time.